Good morning, UBC. This is a recording of the financial aid workshop. If you missed the workshop on the 4th or the 6th, this is just going to be the review of everything that you missed. And we'll go over the new FAFSA. It is open now. And we'll also review our scholarships and the way that you're supposed to go about making sure you earn all the money that you possibly can for school. We're going to go over a few items first, and then I'm going to take you through the agenda. First things up. First, again, this is not to be as serious as we have been lately with our essays and our college applications. This is strictly a very light overview. You guys have an entire financial aid video workshop previously sent out in November, December. So just check your emails to really go over what the FAFSA is. But this is just the part for the students. Parents, if you have any questions, you are more than free to call me anytime, text me or email me, and I'll be happy to go over any questions that you might have. So first up, we're going to go over our college applications. It's stranger than season 5, more suspenseful than you think. We are still completing applications, and I'm all here for it. Then we're going to go over why your scholarship is your last resort, from ramen noodles to rooftop dinners. You can have the money that you need in order to go to school, okay? Parents, your bank account is not what they use as an ATM anymore, okay? Your bank is going to cry if you don't fill out the FAFSA. So we're going to go over the FAFSA, as I said earlier, and then, of course, any questions that you may have, just email them, call me, or text me. You guys have all my contact information. All right, on average, the class of 2024 has been doing an amazing job. You guys have applied to at least 10 of the top 25 schools. Nothing less than 30 has been applied to, either by major or by the school itself. But overall, you guys just stick to the top 20. My top 10 schools for you are always top 20. With a few like in between 20 and 30, but for the most part, I try to stay above top 20 because you guys are worth it. And I believe that those are the schools that would be best fit for your major in order to move you forward. You also have been really excellent. This is the first class I haven't had to push to do Ivy League schools. Everyone has applied to at least one Ivy League. Yes, it's the same Ivy League. But you guys have applied to more than one little Ivy, and they're all completely different. So between Swarthmore, Bucknell, Vassar College, just so many little Ivies that you guys have applied to, but they're all different. None of them are the same. Much like your major, so it's okay. Applied and been accepted to at least for the top 10 HBCUs. Many of you don't know that Delaware State is number 5. So Delaware State is a top HBCU for a rhyme and a reason, as well as, everyone's applied to Howard. Many of you have been pushed back to regular admittance. We'll catch you in April. You'll get in. I'm not even concerned with that school. Your packages are very, very strong, so I can't imagine them telling you no. But Hampton comes out on Martin Luther King Day, so we'll see what happens at 8 p.m. if they don't do it Sunday. They always say one day, and then they seem to be releasing it a day early, like Drexel did us. As well as getting into the schools, you guys have still a little bit of time to get into a few more schools if you want to. I always leave you guys a couple of spaces for that, or if you need the school, you can go directly to the school and apply. And you need a waiver, just let me know. We can apply to as many as you like. But another congratulatory message. Thank you for going above and beyond in your rigor for your senior year. Many of you are doing 4.0 standard and moving forward and using this year as a mock year for college, which is so important. So everyone has stepped up their GPA. I know you guys are going to graduate with the best grades that you've ever had your academic career, or maintaining, because many of you are already, on that level. So I appreciate the hard work that you guys are going through. Thank you. All right, supplemental essays. We have a ton of them due still. I'm still editing supplemental essays. A lot of them need to be switched up in order to maintain the energy of your base application. So again, if you're applying to more schools, I just simply need you to stay on top of your supplemental essays. Ms. T is not in your Common Apps. doing anything other than her own thing, AKA her own schools that you might have missed, because it is my job to make sure you are applying to the top school for your major, the one that I know you can get into, but is also a top school. And then I want to make sure you guys are using all 20 of your waivers. You have 20 opportunities to use and to leverage against one another. I'm going to make sure you use them. But those supplemental essays are coming into play. And also, if you do the supplemental essays, the scholarship essays won't be as difficult because the questions usually mirror all of these supplemental essays. Okay. So once you do them, we save them and then we start applying for scholarships. And before you know it, you're just pulling information from the essays you already completed from the other applications that you've already done. All right, so we're still doing them. Just let me know, a quick text, just share it on Google Docs or send it in an email to edit. I got it. All right, regular acceptances are now in effect. Mostly everybody is on the regular list as of right now. Early action is coming to a close January 26th. I believe that's, like, let's just say January 31st is the last you'll hear for the regular admission, the early action applications that you have. And then starting February 1st and moving on should be a rolling admissions type of situation or rolling decision. So every Friday, technically Wednesday through Friday, are days where you could get accepted into your college. So just check your email. I'm always checking accounts just to see statuses and things of such. Sometimes I get them before you do, but I'll always just say, hey, a decision is made. I try not to go any further than the decision is made so that you're the first to know. Literally 90% of the time, you're always the first person to know. The only time you're not is when I see that it's kind of confusing. Some schools don't just tell you, and then other schools just toss it in your face, you're in. And it's weird for me. I don't like it. But if it gets a little crazy and I feel like I can't send you a link, I can't navigate you to it on your own because I barely found it, then I'll just say, hey, I got news, and we'll go from there. It'll be a really slow process so that it still feels the same. But yeah, there are some schools that have just completely shocked me. Some schools had me confused. Other schools just were just weird. And between University of Pittsburgh, I don't know what else to expect. So we'll see what goes on. And as far as anyone who is waitlisted, if you are waitlisted, it is a good thing. You have the opportunity to get in. If it's your number one choice, which most of the wait list will not be your number one choice, you can just move on. It's either you're in or you're out. And most likely when you do a wait list, they're waiting to see who's going to do the deposit immediately, which would immediately, or just immediately tell you no, which would tell the school no, giving you the opportunity to say yes. So don't worry about the wait list if you get waitlisted. And again, if you get pushed to regular decision, more than likely you're going to get in. You're strong enough for the regular decisions, but not necessarily for the early application. All right. Okay, let's just get started with our scholarships. May the odds be forever in my favor. And by odds, I mean scholarship money. You guys have every opportunity, and I will show you later in this film how to attack those things, but you guys have every opportunity to get money for school. There is no reason for you to even ask your parents for anything. Now, granted, yes, you can fill out a ton of applications and not receive any funding, but the chances of that are extremely slim if you start local, then state, then national. And so that is why everyone has the ultimate scholarship book. I have 2024. I bought all of you 2023, and I gave this to you in the summer. And I gave you the super thick book. This is the revised skinny one, but you guys have the super thin book. Some of you just left it, tossed it to the side. And I picked it up. I gave it to a senior who needed it. Ultimately, if you don't have the book, I can't get you another one, but they are on Amazon and you have full access to it. And it doesn't mean that you don't have access to scholarships. That was all the scholarships rolled into one, including all of Delaware's, the whole kit and caboodle. If you have trouble learning how to go through this book and you have the book and you want to utilize it for the next 5 years, because it technically doesn't expire, it's non-expiring. Just let me know. I'll be sending out scholarships from the book to everyone, so don't stress. I do that on a regular. No one's really been applying to things as of yet, but it's okay. We still have time. I've created several things for you guys. First, you have a scholarship portfolio. I didn't share this with you because it's the way it's set up, and I'll show you. It just didn't seem like that was something that was getting utilized, although technically nobody utilizes the scholarship piece, so that's okay. So I decided to create a calendar for you guys in every single one of your Google Drives. I created an individual scholarship calendar. And I'll show you the calendar, but it's in your shared with me part of your Google Drive. The calendar is there and it says your name and scholarship calendar. Use this calendar when you get links, when you're scrolling on your phone and a scholarship will pop up. I promise you, you can go to the website, copy the link, look for the due date, and then drop the link on the due date in the calendar. It's very easy. And if it's a scholarship that's not just seniors, maybe it's high school seniors, college freshmen, sophomores, juniors, you can save it. That means that the calendar, your personal calendar is created specifically for you, and it's good for 4 years or more because you could go to grad school and find grad school scholarships. But you have access to them. On top of which, Google, obviously, you search under very specific terms. Scholarships 2024 nursing, scholarship 2024 business finance, real estate scholarship, things like that. You throw it in Google, you're going to get scholarship and you're going to drop them right back in your calendar. Amazon, if your parents have an Amazon Prime account, more than likely they also have Kindle Unlimited books. And if you don't, you can utilize it as I think like a 1 week, maybe a 1 month, free trial situation, but it's super cheap. I have it. I use it from time to time, not often enough. But you can still get this book on Amazon. It's not in Kindle Unlimited, but in Kindle Unlimited, you can put the word scholarship books or just scholarship, honestly, and a list of books free. Free for you to use will pop up anytime. Just download it and you'll have it. Easy. Our website, I redesigned our website. And again, it'll be in this video, but not in the video, I should say. It'll be in the email that I send the video in. Our website is redesigned. It's nice. It's lovely. And you can go straight to the scholarship website under current students. You can scroll straight down to Jordan, click between Jordan and Jeffrey, and walk right into the scholarship page. The scholarship page will have the Delaware website. It has the Delaware Compendium. It has all the scholarships, including over 100 weird scholarships, as well as scholarships broken up by season. So again, you go to the website, you see you like it, you know that you qualify for it, or you will qualify for it as a freshman or sophomore or junior in college. Copy, paste into your calendar, keep it moving. The dates never change. The day of the scholarship changed, but January 27th is January 27th every single year. The day of the week that it's on, that's different. But the deadline is always going to be the deadline. Okay. And some might change, but you'll be able to utilize it a little bit better. The Delaware Higher Education website, which is also on the main website, is also the space where you want to go to look at all things Delaware. It is sorted in such a way, just like our website, season by month and major, as well as county. So there's no excuse. Then your universities. Each one of your universities that you've applied to, and many have been accepted to, have scholarships, private scholarships, from Morgan to Drexel. Drexel scholarships in February 1st. I've seen them at Howard. I've seen them at Penn State, Swarthmore. And there's not a school that doesn't have school aid ready for you if you apply for it. But if you miss the deadline, you miss the deadline. This month, everybody should be working on Drexel. You should be looking at your own schools to see what they have, because more than likely you're going to get in. If you don't get into any of the Ivy Leagues, the small Ivies, or the next level of schools, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not you. You have no idea. They're very subjective. It's not objective at all. It's a subjective process. Your packages were great. You just weren't meant to be at that school, and that's okay. As an incoming freshman, if you really love the school, you will get into the school as a transfer or graduate school. The school's not closed. You just didn't get in this year. You can get in any other year, assuming you do what you have to do to get in. That's it. Okay. On the collegiate level and not the high school level. All right. So that's it. You have more than enough things. Pinterest operates the same way as Google and Amazon and all the other things. You go to Pinterest. We started our Pinterest scholarship boards in the summertime. If you would sleep in my face, doesn't matter. I told you, Miss T is always going to win. You can do the work with me in the summer, or you can do the work on your own when you're jam packed with things. And right now, you're jam packed with a bill. The bill is the bill. Don't act like you don't know it. Them giving it to you in April is going to be the same number that's on the website today. You have from January to July to get as many scholarships in as possible to get all the funding you need by August. All right. All you have to do is put in an hour a day. You've got it organized now by month. I used to have it, and you'll see very long ways, a little bit extra. I just didn't like it. Now you just have the link, the day that it's due, and you can operate accordingly. What scholarships do I need to do in January? You can put as many scholarships or as little scholarships in your calendar as you want. You only want to do one a month? Okay. Two a month? Fine. One a week. I don't care. It's your calendar. However you execute is how you execute. Okay. So, parents, don't say Miss T didn't give you all the information. She gave you all the information. And also on our website is a search engine. The search engine for scholarships is excellent. It's Tune AI, I believe, something like that. And it search by major, search by word, whatever comes to your pretty little head, put it in the search engine. It will kick back a scholarship that's you're gonna be eligible for. Assuming it's not always about your GPA. Sometimes it's because you're tall. Sometimes it's because you know a family member who was sick with Alzheimer's. Sometimes it's cancer. Sometimes it's your shoe size. Sometimes it's your hair color. You have the access, you have the means now. Okay. Now let's go on. All right, for student aid, FAFSA is going to be open during the soft launch from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through looks like Friday. I think on Saturdays, the IRS is not connecting to it and they're doing maintenance and things of such through 12 o'clock, but it'll open up again later on the day. If you want to know if it's open, simply you can go to the website directly here, or you can go on Twitter and they tweet out their hours every single day. Hey, we're open from 8 to 8. I'm just going with consistency, what I've seen the last 7 days, and that's what it's been. All right. Now, again, after 8 p.m., it closes. It doesn't kick the people out anymore that are already in it before 8 p.m., but you won't be able to log in. All right. You don't have to rush to fill out this FAFSA. This FAFSA is not sending any information, and you cannot make any corrections until the end of the month. Basically, February 1st is when I'm assuming it's going live for real. And until then, whatever you put in is just going to sit there. Don't call the schools and say, hey, you gave my son this amount of money, my daughter this amount of money. When's the rest of it due? You're never going to see it. No one's going to answer the phone and cannot tell you until about March or April. So just save your breath. March Madness is all about the finances, and you'll hear Ms. T talk about it consistently because we never know how much money we're going to get from each school. Some of you got your first wave of financial aid in your instant academic achievement acceptances, and they give you how much money they're willing to give you for your grades right now. But they need your FAFSA in order to calculate anything else. And until they have that, it's not going to work. So just know errors cannot be fixed until the 1st of February, and no information will be sent to any college until February, end of the month, February. Some key points. Parents, you have to file your taxes for tax year 2022 electronically. If you do not connect electronically for the FAFSA, under no circumstances will your child get financial aid from the federal government or any place else. You will not be eligible for work study. You will not be eligible for federal supplement education opportunity grants, which is, again, federal money. It's in the name. Your student aid will be your student aid, but they won't be able to calculate anything else for you on the student school side, basically because you didn't do it electronically. Keying in information like you did in 2023, 2024, and previous years is a dead thing. It doesn't exist. You can do it, but until you do it electronically, it doesn't matter to anyone. So please be prepared to say yes. Your consent is needed. If the student doesn't have your consent, the student doesn't get financial aid. You have 49 days to do your part once your student does their part. You will not see your part until the student does their part first. The student will do theirs, and then you can do yours, and then that's it. Every parent who is responsible for that child must have an FSA ID and will be considered the consent person. If you are separated from the parents of the child from the other parent, then the person who is claiming to help them during college is the one the student puts on the FAFSA form and does not report the second one. Make sure that they're single, and then that's it. And again, I'll state it again. If you are separated from the other parent and you are on good terms and you're trying to determine who's going to put what down, even if you are the parent that does the most, if the parent who's actually going to support them through college makes less, then you put them down. Okay. Because again, you can't make any changes. So talk to the other parent and determine who's going to be the one to help the child throughout college. Okay. The person who makes the least is my suggestion. Um, Whatever you have on. It has nothing to do with who claims them on taxes. Please don't think that. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with who the child puts down that's going to help them through school. That's it. And the person who should go there is always going to be the person who supports the child the most. But parents have the opportunity in this case to pick which one is going to help them through college, and that's going to be the one. Step parents, if you are married, filing jointly, married, filing separately, both of you must be on the FAFSA for the child. Both of you. That's birthday, social security number, and email must be on the student's form so that the government can send both of you an email in a discussion. There is no, oh, I can't claim, my step parent has nothing to do with it. If you live with your boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner, they're going to go down too. You got to answer the questions. You'll see when you do it. The school is going to red flag you if you don't. So just be honest and just know. Again, financial aid award letters do not come out until about March, April. They're going to be late because the FAFSA was late. FAFSA usually starts October 1st. We are starting December 1st. So just expect everything a little bit later. Everyone is short, understaffed. Everyone is doing the best that they can, waiting for this FAFSA to go through. The deal is the deal. I'm going to show you the FAFSA now. Hopefully it didn't kick me out. Let's see. Yes, it did. I'm gonna stop share real quick so I can log back in. That's not it. Oh, hold on, logging in. Got another code. 260. Okay. Hold up. And I'm only going to do the student part because I don't want this to be very long. I want to complete the FAFSA form. Okay. Let's share again. All right, we are now into the FAFSA form. When you get here, this around a little bit. Here's fine. All right, when you get here, you're going to log in with your FSA ID. Student logs in first. Student begins the entire process. All right, you can't log in as a parent and start putting in information. That doesn't work like that. Student first, and then you move from there. So the students, you're going to log in. We have this information from the summertime in your Google Keep. Remember to please save your information in your Google Keep. Do not think you're going to remember it. Put it all in, everything in your Google Keep. You need this information for the next 4 years. If your parent, God forbid something happens to them, get their information too and put that in your Google Keep so that no one is confused about anything, and then share it with each other, because you can do that. All right. You're going to go up here to FAFSA form and you're going to click on complete the FAFSA form. That's all I did. I logged into FAFSA. I got my code, my security code, two-way verification, agreed that, I'm verified and everything is fine, and then clicked on complete FAFSA at the top, FAFSA form, complete FAFSA. I'm going to start a new form. Parents, once your student is done and you log in, you're going to access existing form. All right. But for us as students, we're going to start a new form. You are the student. You can watch every video, but it's basically the video of everything that I've just talked about. When you begin this, you're going to see the consent, all those things. You can watch everyone. Just know, please do not fill out the FAFSA. Well, you'll hear your friends state that they don't have to fill it out. Fill it out. The only way the school will know to give you anything is if you fill out the FAFSA. Okay. They can't give you extra funds just because your GPA is high. They can't give you extra funds for housing. They can't give you things like this are all dependent on the FAFSA. All right. So just fill it out, whether they take it or not, fill it out. Let the school get the information so that they can say, hey, this student has a balance and they might need a little bit of money, and they'll give it to you. But they can't give it to you if they don't know you need it. Otherwise, without filling out the FAFSA, you are telling your school every single year that you have however much it costs annually to attend your school. Again, same thing. It's going to go over the parents piece. You can click all the way through to continue. You're not missing out on anything but information that I have already repeated in both videos, this one and the one prior to. Okay. All right. I became a legal resident when Jordan was born. All right, here's the consent that we were all talking about. This is giving consent for my taxes to be taken from the IRS. So the IRS needs to talk to the Department of Ed. I'm giving consent to that. Then the IRS is going to use it and they're going to talk to the state because the state needs it too for state aid. So you're going to deal with that. So I'm giving consent for that. And I'm giving consent for everybody to talk to the schools. All right. So it's just a ton of consents. You can read all of it, but ultimately it's just you saying, yes, you can use all my tax information, my social security number as the identifying information for you to talk to one another about me so I can get money. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to approve because it's me. I've already done it and I'm not going to school. This is just for you. All right. For the next set of questions is literally to determine if you are an independent student, aka a student who is a foster child, a student whose parents do not take care of them, meaning you're with your grandparents, an aunt, an uncle, so anybody who did not give birth to you. You're living with them and they are taking care of you. Any student whose parents are on substance abuse, abusive, and they're in the court system, you're a product of the ward of the court. And that's independent students in those special circumstances, or weather related things like that. All of these questions are trying to determine that if you are independent or dependent. A dependent student means that you have your parent information, your parent cares about you, your parent is stable enough where you don't have housing insecurity. So we're going to move forward. I'm single. I'm a freshman. You're a freshman. Again, you're a senior now, but next year you start a new cycle, new phase, and you're a freshman. I will not have my first bachelor's degree in 2024-25. So it's freshman, no, continue. All of this doesn't apply to anyone in this program. None of these apply. None of these apply. You are not a ward of the court. You are not in foster care. You are not an orphan. Neither are you a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces, and you are not on active duty. None of them apply to you. Next. Again, you're not an unaccompanied minor. You have not been homeless. Everybody is good now, at least. So again, no. As of July. Now again, we're still trying to figure out, are you dependent or independent? Continue. Now this is just stats. My girl. I bet you didn't know that. All right. Okay, you guys, most of you you'll choose how you identify. Non-Latino, Miss Tari is Afro-Latino. So, I bet you didn't know that, but yes, I am. And you're going to identify however you identify for your sex at birth. If you are still cisgen, whatever, do your thing. Put down how you identify. These are just demographic stats for the Department of Ed to know who they are servicing and how they need to change their product in the future. Okay? Neither of my parents, well, for me, it's my mom that didn't attend any college. My father's passed away, so he is a moot point. Continue. Some of you are neither parent attended college. You can put one, you can put both. It's completely up to you. Tend to pick this one though, because the majority of you are neither attended college. Yeah, the majority of this class. Not all of you. You will have a high school diploma. I'm PA. Lansdowne. That's Miss T's school. Yep. All right, my finances. My finances. Student finances, not parents. Student, do you get free reduced lunch? Click it if you do. If you're on Medicaid, click it if you do. Anyone in your family, anyone. Technically J. Okay. Is the student saying something blah blah? The student family size different? Oh no, my family size is the same. My family size on taxes, meaning when you fill out the forms for the school, you will say, like how Ms. T asked you when you first joined UBC, hey, how many people are in your household? If you said 6, that's fine. Did you say 6 on your 2022 taxes? Yes or no? Again, this is my taxes, the students, right? So is the students different? No, it's the same size. No. Most of your questions always usually lean heavy on a no. How many people will be in college? For me, it would be me. Well, technically it would be Jay, but for right now, for this purpose, 1, me. All right, did I receive earned income credit? You'll say no because you didn't file taxes. Put 0 here because you weren't in college to receive any grants. Select your colleges. You get to select 20 colleges. This is the best part of this application. I'm so sick of having to go back and forth to see what schools were added. Please make sure you have your lists from your Common App dropped in here, okay? Right now, I'm just gonna go by my own state, go by state, and then you'll knock out all the schools that way instead of going. The Common App will print them out going in alphabetical order, not by state order. So do it by state, and that'll make it easier. Do Delaware. I'm from Pennsylvania. I graduated in Pennsylvania, so I would start in Pennsylvania, not Delaware. But you will start in Delaware, and you're going to do UD, do DSU. I know you're not going. Just Goldie Beacom. If you were business, you would put in Goldie Beacom and Wilmington University. Just add all your Delaware schools just to be safe. Then do your tri-state. Go from Delaware to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and then make your way down south. Do your Virginia schools, do your Georgia schools, do your New York schools if you went up, and do New York, do Connecticut. Just go by state. It makes things so much easier. then going by alphabetical. I'm gonna just say search, and I'm gonna put an L here. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Here we go. I'm gonna select it, and then I'm gonna continue. I don't have 20 schools because again, I'm not going to school. You guys get the gist. You go to Pennsylvania, just pick your states and get all your schools in. You should have 20 in there. If you don't have 20, it's because Ms. T hasn't had an opportunity to do anything. And we're done. That was it. That was the whole form. There's nothing left. I didn't have to trigger anything because they know how old I am. I don't need my parents' information. All right. All right. You'll get an email. I can track the status, the whole kit and caboodle. All right. See this? Oh, they finally put it up. It wasn't here before. I'm ecstatic. All right. At the top of this form, you will see your estimated student aid index. This says negative 1500, which is basically I wouldn't owe anything. It would be a zero. I don't know why they're doing negative. Maybe it'll change, whatever. My Pell Grant for this year, that's important. I'm eligible for up to $7,395. This allows the school to know, hey, they might need some more money from you if you have it. If you only see loans, well, clearly they didn't put the loans here, so that's new. But you see how this also says you may be eligible for other federal, state, institutional grants, scholarships, and or work study programs. They won't offer you work study if you don't fill out the federal form. It's just how it works. And again, boys, you will see other things that are different on there. Again, this is just the gist. There is a part on the FAFSA where you will enter your parents' information, their name, their social security, and their date of birth, and the email that they use. The email has to match what they have for the FSA ID. So it can't just be any email. It has to be the one that's attached to their ID. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Should not take you more than 30 minutes to do anything. And parents, on the flip side, it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to do. If it takes you more than 5 minutes to do, something's not right. It's literally such small clicks. It's you going in, clicking at access existing form. You'll see your child's invite there. You'll click on the invite, and then you'll begin the form. It will ask you really basic things. And then when you get to the list of the EIC, the free reduced lunch, the whole thing, you'll click on whatever you're eligible for, if you're eligible for it at all. If you're not, you'll say none of them apply, and you'll go right to the signature form. You won't know what your child put. Your child doesn't know what you put. But this is important. Please print this out. You'll Control P. You'll save as a PDF, and then save it to your computer. Or save it to the desktop of your school computer and then put it in your Google Drive. You will need it for your Delaware State portfolio. You will need it for the higher ed portfolio for their scholarships. You will also need it for most of your private scholarships. They usually ask you things like that. Okay, so that's it. That's really all you have to do for this. Now, the other things I'm going to show you, we're going to go to sites, Udel/Upward Bound. Okay, our website. Remember I told you the scholarship piece? You go to current UBC, and again, the link is in everything, honestly. Any email that I've ever sent you. All right, and you're going to scroll down until you see Jordan and Jeffrey. I purposely put it on the J's because J is my favorite letter of the alphabet. That's really it. Okay. The scholarship page. Here is the seed scholarship. So if your friends are worried about scholarships thing, they can use this site too. I put it for technically just anybody, not just UBC. You guys are the only ones that know about it, but sometimes people ask me and I'm like, hey, just go here because best thing I can do for you. The seed scholarship explains everything. Please know if you have a 2.5 and you're thinking about seed, only do Del Tech seed if UD doesn't have the major. Otherwise, you will be C. You should do C, UD, and then it won't be an issue with your credits not being accepted for your major. because UD, all four-year colleges are finicky about community college credits. So again, if the major's here at UD, you do seed UD. The search engine is right here. I will click on it in a second that I was discussing. The Delaware Scholarship Compendium, again, I'll click on it now. Open it up, you click, it takes you. Again, more search engines already broke out by degree that you want, by region, demographic, need, maybe just your SAT score, a minimum GPA requirement. Do they need a resume? Your area of study, education, community, like it's already broken up. Already here. Already here. Okay, go back. This will take you directly to the Delaware Higher Ed office. And again, we already created our username and passwords for these things. They should be in your Google Keep. If you didn't listen and do it then by all means, create the account, new student. If you forgot your password, you have an existing account, and then you just click on forgot password. You log in. No big deal. No big deal. Create your profile. These scholarships, if you have a minimum, most of you met the minimum requirement of 1,000 on your SAT. That means you qualify for a scholarship within here. Nobody hit 1290, so no one's getting a free ride, room, board, books, and tuition at the University of Delaware. But if you got 1,000 on your SAT, you can get a room, board, books, and tuition at Delaware State University. And there's another scholarship that you also qualify that's also within the Delaware State Higher Ed office as well. Ship, and that's $1,000 as well. So you have scholarships that you immediately apply for, and these deadlines are in May. And all you really have to do is create a really basic profile. The essay, I don't even think it has an essay. If it does have an essay, you already have the answer for it. It's going to be a copy, cut, and paste, an answer that I've already edited. So you're fine. You're good. Don't stress. Remember, every little thing adds up. Those $500 scholarships, they add up. The $1,000 scholarships, they add up. Do the littles and stack them until you get what you need. And of course, always go for the big ones. Then, let's see. I got to go back because I haven't fixed the website to open up in a new tab just yet because I've been busy editing. All right. Then here I put some women's scholarships together just for us girls because we are a minority. Even though we are the majority that goes to school. So here it is, right? I broke it out. But here are the 100 weird scholarships that are not by SAT, not by GPA, just weird. You'd be surprised what's in there. It's actually funny. And then I broke out the rest of the scholarships. Once again, these are nationals. Yeah, these are national scholarships that you have plenty of time for. And you can always come back to this website. Ms. T will be updating it as much as possible. And again, this just explains seed in general. Okay. So you can ignore the bottom or send your friends there in case they really wanted to know how all those things worked. All right, so let's go to the search engine. Again, put in anything you want right here and get all the scholarships. Look, see that? GPA, states, by college, college level, major, high school level. They got it all. No grade level requirement, no GPA requirement. There's no reason for you not to apply to at least enough scholarships where you can get $7,000. So that if you didn't get the Pell Grant, then the minimum you would owe would be $7,000. If you did get the Pell Grant and you don't want a loan, then you owe $5,500 in scholarships. Technically, everybody needs to be scrambling to find $13,000 in scholarships or more. That covers all things FAFSA. Right now, since I already told you, you all qualify for at least 1,000, you only owe me 12,000 now. That's simple, easy, right? All right, so that is that. Now we're going to go see if I owe you guys anything else. Again, if you have questions, if you're concerned, if you think a scholarship looks a little janky, you're not sure if it's real, that search engine has already vetted everything out to make sure. So you can trust that website, you can trust the state's website. But ultimately, while you're doing FAFSA, make sure you do your state aid, and then the scholarships are easy. Once you do the profile, you pretty much just click on it and it automatically applies. So just be aware. It's not hard. Not hard to get that $1,000, but everybody does not know you need to apply to the Delaware Higher Ed and make an account to get the money. And the state actually tracks you, and if you earn certain funds, they'll give it to you automatically. I earned money I didn't even ask for. That's how I found out that you actually have to set up an account, because I got scholarships. I received scholarships that I should did not apply to, but the state gave it to me for my graduate school studies. So that's it. That's all I got. Again, if you really want to go through what the FAFSA is and what's going to look like, just refer to my previous video that I've already emailed out. You can fast forward to the end, click the little chain link that takes you straight to FAFSA's studentaid.gov's review of it, and go over the video is excellent. It's just as dry and corny as this, but I mean, it's information you need to know. So hopefully everybody got out of this what they needed to get out of it. And that's all I got. So everybody just keep doing what you're doing, and I will see you soon.